PTF and JK back with you in the Money Media YouTube channel. One of our favorite races annually of the year. It's the Met Mile, JK. We got a big favorite in here on the morning line in the form of Fierceness, but this is no cupcakes. He's up again. We've got a Breeders' Cup Classic winner opposing in the form of White Abarrio. Some other very interesting runners as well. Give me your overview of the Met Mile before we get into our selections.
Well, it's just such an amazing race. It's one of my favorite races of the entire year, right? If you look all the way back to 2017 and obviously beyond, you'll see lots of different horses that have won this race. Basically, every single one of them that has gone on to be a stallion. Now, a couple of them in Japan, but most of them here in this country have had a great opportunity to become stallions. You can also look back at horses that won the Met Mile that went on to produce horses that won Triple Crown races, like a Holy Bull into Giacomo, or Quality Road into a National Treasure, and the list goes on. It's a very productive race, a very important race in this country, and it's the great combination of speed and stamina, and we're going to get that in this edition. Like you mentioned, White Abarrio, a 10 furlong Breeders' Cup Classic winner. You also have a Travers winner, 10 furlongs in Fierceness, but a horse that also has a ton of speed. I can't wait to see these horses turn for home. But I'm a huge fan of one of them.
Yeah, the one that I think you're referring to more than the others in this spot is Fierceness. And you just look at this horse's last couple of runs, and as good as they both were, inefficiently fast in the Breeders' Cup Classic, still sticking on well there in the late stages, did manage to get beat, but ran a heck of a winning race. And then I thought, looking at the race last time, you look at those late sectionals he put in there, this is a horse that had a lot more left, and I truly believe could have run faster had he run faster earlier. When this horse has put complete races together, like last year's Florida Derby and Travers, he basically breaks the clock. Do you think that's what we could be looking at in the Met Mile?
Yeah, because he's going to have a real horse running at him late. So you're going to get to the bottom of Fierceness in this Met Mile. I'm pretty confident of that. The one thing I'll say about Fierceness is I remember this specifically right after, around the Jim Dandy, leading up to the Travers. I remember Johnny Velasquez says he's figured this horse out. I can't send and grab him. I have to just let him do what he wants to do, which is going to be interesting. Drawn on the inside, you'd like to think he's going to have to send away from there to hold that position in that Wilson chute. But I think Johnny now knows not to grab him. He's the most talented horse, I think, in training. You let him roll around there. He's going to save ground on both turns from that inside post position. And just when the real running starts, he'll reach down and find that extra stamina. Now, if someone else decides to go with him, hook up with him, give some pressure to him, it could certainly set up for White Abarrio. But if Fierceness is who I think he is, and that being that horse that ran those fractions in the Breeders' Cup Classic and went on, the horse that's run 4 races in a row that are all really darn good, I think he's going to be extremely hard to beat. And I think White Abarrio is likely running for second.
Want to let you know about the $200,000 Belmont Stakes King of the Track. Opt in and place a minimum $5 straight win bet on a single horse in the Belmont Stakes for a share of the $200,000 prize pool. Rewards will be available via click to claim. To learn more, go to dkhorse.com or download the DK Horse app. So, yeah, I was going to say, is White Abarrio the only one who could take him down, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, Just a Touch is an interesting horse. He's a talented racehorse. He's had some big numbers, but not quite as big consistently as a horse like Fierceness, but he's drawn well towards the outside, right? And his last couple of races have been really, really, really good. The interesting part of the equation is Raging Torrent drawn towards the outside. Obviously, a horse who has a ton of early speed. What's he going to do? Break from out there and end up clearing Fierceness? Then Fierceness has to try to flop outside. The race dynamics of this 5-horse race are very interesting, but I just can't let my eyes get away from a horse like Fierceness. I will try to have potentially a little bit of saver type situations on a horse like Just a Touch, who I think has shown up and run well, but I just don't know if he's quite to the level of a Fierceness or a White Abarrio.
I'm so confident after Fierceness's last run and how he settled early and still finished that however the trip works out, he's going to be able to do the business. You've heard what we think. We want to hear what you think. Let us know in the comments who you like in this year's Met Mile. Make sure you subscribe to the In the Money Media YouTube channel while you're at it. For PTF, I am PTF for JK. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you download the DK Horse app.